Thank you so much. So we're going to begin this. So introduction to Excel. What is Excel? So Excel is a spreadsheet application used to manage data. So it organizes information into rows and columns. The intersections of row and columns called a cell, so which can hold text, numbers, or formulas. Okay, so let me show you what it means. As you can see, we have columns here. These are columns. We have column A, column B, column C, column D, up to column F. We also have rows. These are rows. So rows is a horizontal line, while column is a vertical line. So where they meet, for example, where the horizontal, where we have column B and row 2, where they meet, they are going to meet at this place. So the intersection between a column and a row is called a cell. So this cell is what we call a cell, right? So it has 950. So this is what we call a cell. So basically that is what we were explaining. Okay, so let's go back to our notes. So an Excel interface overview, we are going to check that. So we have the ribbon tab. So let me just open my Excel and show you what we mean, right? So when you open your Excel, so we have the ribbon tab. Okay, the ribbon tab, this is the ribbon tab. So we have the home tab, insert, page layout, formulas, data. This is what we call the ribbon tab. It also has these tabs inside. This is the home. When you go to insert, you also have these informations, page layout, we have these informations, formulas, these are the informations, data, these are the informations, review, these are the informations, view, these are the informations. So that is what we have in ribbon tab. So basically this whole thing is called a ribbon tab. Okay, and worksheets. A worksheet is where we work out our things. So worksheet, this is a worksheet. These are where the informations are written. As you can see, we have a lot of information in our worksheet. So basically that is what is a worksheet. That is what worksheet is, right? So let's go back to our formula bar. So a formula bar is this thing. So it displays informations of a cell, right? So control. So we have a formula. So a formula bar displays selected cell reference. For example, when I'm writing something in a cell, it will be displayed in the formula bar, right? Okay. And we also have name box. Name box is this one. This is what we call a name box. So whenever we are writing something, the cell name is written here. So this is the cell name is K7 because it is in column K and it is in row 7. So the name box is also used for highlighting the headers. For example, and this is our header: product, current, and current price, on price, discount, review, ratings. So let me just show you something. Once you do that, type headers. Sorry for that. Usually something like that. Okay, it's not clicking right now, don't know why. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this is what name box is. Right, let's go back to our notes. So we talked about name box. We also have worksheet and workbook. What is a workbook? A workbook is a whole file. When you're trying to open a file, that is what we call a workbook. So alright, and um, a worksheet is inside is a worksheet. How can I explain this? So let me try to explain to you. A worksheet, you see here, this is like a tab, a small tab inside a workbook. So a workbook has numerous worksheets, and a worksheet is a single sheet. That is what we call a worksheet, right? So the entire Excel file and contains multiple sheets. So that is what we call a workbook. Inside a workbook, we have a worksheet, right? This, like this one, this information is a worksheet, but all these informations combined, so we can have multiple sheets. So multiple sheets for a workbook. All right, I hope we got that. Let me try to delete this. So whenever you're trying to delete a sheet, you go to the delete button and just press delete sheet. Same thing with the other, just do that the same, and there we go. We no longer have an extra sheet. Okay, let's go back to our notes. When you go back to the notes, there you go. We talked about the overview, Excel overview. We talked about the ribbon tab, worksheet area, formula bar. We also talked about the name box. So it displays selected cell reference. We saw that. Workbook and worksheet. We talked about the difference between workbook and worksheet. So let's go and do something else. So inside our Excel, we're going to type these information and try to show you these things. All right, let me just copy this and open your Excel. And when you open your Excel, go back to Excel and try to measure this. Okay, form a new sheet, so where I can display. Right, so Ali, Bob, name, age, country. Right, name, age, country. All right, so under name we have Ali, we have John, we have Mike. Age, let's say 25, 24, 24, 25, 26, and 28. Country, maybe Uganda, USA, and France. Alright, so we want to bold this first for you to differentiate between the headers and your data set information. Make sure you make the headers bold. So just press the row and then go to bold. You can do that. Okay, or you can just do this. Go to the name box, try to type headers. it's going to work. It is good, well, good. Right, so now we have bolded our informations, and so let's try to let's try to apply borders. This is how you apply borders. Okay, let's say this name here, you want to apply borders. Make sure you click this small arrow near the front. Once you click, you might not able to see this information, but you'll see a page that contains borders, numbers, alignment, font, border, fill, protection. You click borders, then you choose the border you want. Okay, so for example, if I choose a border here, and when I click that, okay, you're going to see so you're going to see a border, right? You're going to see a border. As you can see here, we have a border here, so I choose another border. So we have different types of borders, right? We have different types of borders. Okay, as you can see, we have borders in our Excel here, Ali. So that is what we call borders. And we can also do colors. You go to the same place, just click the same place and go to fill, then you will. So next to borders we have fill, where we have now colors. So choose the color you want. Let's say for example I want to paint it green, and click OK. Just choose green. As you can see there, Ali is highlighted green. So these informations are used when you're trying to show your employer. Maybe you want to show importance of this cell, so you use that kind of informations to highlight. Either use border or colors of, right? Now let's go back to our notes and see this. When you go back to our notes, go back to your notes. There we go. Alright, so apply borders and fill color. Right, we did that. Alright, as you saw that we painted green, and you also saw that we had borders. Right. Excel formulas and basic calculation. So we are going to do this. So alright, so what is a formula? That is the first thing. We have formulas and calculations, basic calculations. Okay, so what is a formula? A formula is an expression that performs calculations. All formulas begin with equals to. This is important in Excel. All formulas must begin with equals to. So basic arithmetic in Excel. Let's first check these informations we have here. So the symbols, addition, add, the symbol is the plus sign. This one here, as you can see. Subtraction, there's a small dash that symbolizes subtraction. Multiplication, we have star shape. It means that this is a multiplication. Divide, we have a backward slash. And for the exponent we have a caret. This one here, this is what we call a caret. So it means the exponent power. For example, 10 plus 5 will give you 15. 10 minus 5 equals to 5. 10 times 5 equals to 50. 10 divided by 5 means 5 power 2. When you observe this information, you'll see that it will start with equal sign, so and doesn't end with equal sign as the normal mathematics we do in our day-to-day basis. So in Excel, you must start with equal sign, then you write your formula there, then it will give you the answer immediately. Alright, so now let's do this information here. Right, so with that you are able to do this. Okay, so basic arithmetic in Excel, right? We have products, price, quantity, total. Right, let's go back to Excel. Product. When you go back to Excel, there you go. Let's say products, then we have a price, total, then and not total, quantity. So in this tutorial we are going to do a full project, by the way. So by the end of this you will know everything about Excel. So quantity, total, this is total, right? Product. So now product, we have Ali price, let's say, and 150. Quantity, maybe you bought 2 of them, let's say he bought 2. Then we have John. So John here, John price, which is maybe 160. Quantity is 3, right? We have Mike, maybe Mike, the price is 120, 100, let's say 100, and the quantity is 3, maybe 4. Right, now you have total. Let's first highlight, that is the first row there. We are going to highlight that. Now it is in bold form. Now our data set is here. Right, now we are going to write informations here. We are going to write our calculations there. Equals to, the total will be 150 times 2. So in Excel you write this way. So you write the column name, which is B10. B10, this is a professional way of writing the pro tip, right? Then multiplication, you are going to multiply by this column, which is 2. This is C2, right? C2. So you can see there we have C10. Sorry for that. Now just enter, press enter. There we go. Our information is displayed. Once your information is displayed, you don't have to do again manually pressing the rest of them. You just double click there at the bottom right. Once you double click this, so the rest of the informations are displayed, right? That is how we do Excel. So our formula it is displayed in the formula bar, as you can see here. Once I click here, it is displayed in the formula bar. So now let's go back to our notes. Let's go back to our notes. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm trying to set up informations here. Okay, we're back. Let's go back to our notes. Okay, I was just trying to show that the subscription, that's why I'm at the screen now. So we talked about those, we did this, and we are going to part 4. So part 4 here is there we have relative, absolute, and mixed informations here. So relative, it means that it is the normal way we did. This one, absolute, it will give you a fixed price, and it means it will give you a fixed price, and the other one is a mixed. In absolute, this one where we have something like the $ sign before the B, and also we have the we have the dollar sign before the cell, right? The column and the row. This will give you a fixed reference. So use case when you want the formula to always refer to those exact cells, even when it's dragged. Okay. And for the mixed here, it's different, right? It has one column that is fixed, and the other one is partial, right? This is the mixed one, meaning that when you look at this, the dollar sign is in front of the column, right? And the other one, so the dollar sign is in between. So now when you see this, it means partial fixed, right? So use case when you want to either to the row or column to remain constant while the other adjust when the formula is copied, right? So that is basically what this is about, right? So items, now let's do these informations, and we are going to do this as soon as possible, right? We have items, price, discount, and final price, right? Now open your Excel. Items, okay, let's go and write here. So items, we have items and price, discount, price, we have price, discount, we have then final price, right? We have final price at the end. Final price. Just make it bold, right? Item price. Item maybe shirt. Let's say shirt. Then we also have trousers. And maybe vest. Alright, that is it. The price, let's say it is 1,500, and this one 2,000. Maybe the vest is 3,500. Maybe 1,000, right? Now discount. Let's say maybe 20%. Then this one has 10%, right? 10%, and this one has 15%, right? So now we are going to write the final price. So it will be the original price minus the discount, right? This is how we write it. Equals sign, start with equals formula, then write the original price, which is in J3, so J3, then minus, so subtract that, minus, then open bracket. Alright, once you open bracket, so now let's calculate the discount, which is J3, then multiply by K3, then close that bracket and enter. So you can see that the final price is 1,200. Like once you work out the first cell, just double click down, so it will automatically work out the rest. You can see there. Now let's go back to our notes. Once you go back to the notes, you'll see these informations. Now we have done this, right? That is how it is, what it was about. So tips formula, you say that Excel uses BODMAS. So it starts with bracket, then of, division, then multiplication, addition, lastly subtraction, right? That is what Excel uses, right? sum functions. Excel adds ranges of numbers, formulas. It's sum equals to sum range. Why it matters: calculate total for salary, bonuses, total months of salary, right, equals to sum this. So this one is used, the sum functions, we use it to calculate salaries, bonuses, and projects. Let's do an example here. When you go back to Excel, there's this information here. Alright, so we're going to use the sum function. So we're going to add this price. This you just write equals to sum. Then you type the range. So it starts with from J2 to J4. Right? So just write J2 to J4. Okay, then close your bracket, then enter. There we go. This is the total when you add the sum. That is it. So I'll go back. Let's go back to our main screen. When you go back to our main screen, there we go. So we did the sum range. Now we have sum if. So that is what is it about. All these informations are the same. So you can calculate it with total bonuses, total project count, total annual salary, use sum. We have sum if. So sum if, criteria range, criteria, sum range. This is the formula. It will never change, okay? So why it matters: tracks total by department, employee type, right? Example, bonuses for full-time employees. So you are going to calculate only for full-time. For you to apply that condition, you are going to use sum if, right? Now we have the criteria range, right? Sum if, this is it. You first write equals to sum if, then criteria range where the employees are found, right? The column of employees, it is found in J2 to J878. So you type yes. Yes means the full-time employees are indicated by writing yes, right? Then you type yes, then you write the sum range, basically the bonuses at the end. That is what we mean sum range, right? For example, let's do this information. We use it in our Excel. So once you go back to Excel, let's do the same. Okay, we are going to use Excel to work out the price for shirts. So we are going to use only we are going to use sum if to calculate the price, right, equals to sum if. So then your criteria range. So the range is it is in J, it is in this part, I2 to I4, right? So just write I2 to I4 alright? So when you write that I2 to I4, then put comma there. Now the criteria, so we are looking for shirts. Okay, first put double quotation and write shirts, right? Shirt, right? Then close the double quotation there. Now comma there, put comma, then the sum range. So we want the price, right? Sum range it is in J2, so it is in this column, right? So let's say J2, not J3, I mean, sorry for that, to J3 to J, let's say J4. Alright, maybe J6, right? Then close the bracket. Now just press enter. As you can see that no, there's small issues here. Okay, alright, let's just say A3, that to I6. Now J3 to J6 should give me 1500. There we go. So when you use sum if, you are going to get per item. So the price per item, that is how you do it, right? So it is used when calculating the total income per department. Either you are told to calculate to calculate total salary of HR department or finance department. So you should use this sum if to calculate that. Let's go back to our Excel. Let's go back to our notes. The one there. Okay, when you go back to the notes, we just did this sum if right now. We did that. Let's go back to average. We do the average. Definitions returns the meaning of range. Average equals to average, range, right? So why it matters? Evaluates performance, income, training levels. Alright, equals to average U2 to U878, right? So this one is just same as the sum, but now it calculates the average, right? That is it, like we did it in sum. Same thing with average if. So the formula does not change anything. What changes is what you want. So you want average if. So if you want to calculate the average per department, you just do the same. So we have criteria range. Okay, we have criteria, then we have the average range, right? All put together there, so it doesn't change. It is just the same thing. So criteria range, then criteria, then average range. So that is what average if is, right? So example, when you want to calculate bonuses for interns, so you say average if, so where the column for interns are found, so the employees are found 022 087, then you specify the criteria, it is intern. Then now you go to bonus is found in column K2 to K87. So once you enter this formula, then it will give you the answer, the bonuses, so the bonuses of intern. All right, now it will give you the average bonuses of intern. Example 2, same thing here, training hours for remote average if R2 to R8. So this is the type, the employees. So now R2 to R8, this is, then you specify the criteria, remote, then now you calculate the hours. So the hours are found in T, so T2 to E T878. It will now give you the average hours for remote. All right, training. Minimum and maximum, so this one is used to calculate maybe the age. So we want to calculate maximum age, minimum age. All right, so it will give you the largest it will display the largest in the column. All right, the largest information in the column, either in price or in maybe age, something like that. Right, let's go back to our Excel and do this minimum and maximum. Guys, we can't do this average if because it's just the same as the sum if, what the one we did, only that what changes is that this one is average if, it's going to give you the average, and the other one will give you the sum. All right, you have all right, you have a lot of to discuss today. I hope you have understood that. Minimum and maximum. When you go back to Excel, let's go back to Excel and do the same. You go back to Excel. So now let's say we want to calculate the maximum. So you say equals to, then you type max, right? Max, then open bracket. Then as you can see here, our price is found between J2 to J5. All right, so the maximum here is 3,500. So it is going to display that, right? Just write J2 to J6, right? So then close bracket, then enter. There we go, it's going to display the largest in the data set. Now there was an issue here. Now if we're doing the minimum, right? If we're doing the minimum, okay, let's do minimum. Let's check. Equals to just the same thing. Now you are going to type min, right? So min J2 to J3 to J6, right? So now to close the bracket and enter. As you can see, this is the minimum 1000. That is the best, alright? Hope you guys can hear me. I'm not sure about that. Hello? Hello? Okay, nice, you can hear me. Okay, we just did this information right here. Why it matters, compare the team performance. Okay, we did the maximum and minimum. Now we have count and count A. So count displays what is happening in the live stream. Hello guys, can you hear me? Okay. So we have the sum range, alright, we did the count, right? The count A counts, so it counts how many numbers, right? How many numbers, right? So how many numbers we have, that is basically what it means count. Count A, it calculates the blanks, right? Non-blanks, I mean, right? So this one is used to check this when you are trying to clean your data set, right? You're going to use that. Count preference performance score, so you just go to count, then the performance score, which is I22, I87. So now it is going to calculate the number of counts. Maybe you want to calculate the number of employees, you also do the same. You go to count, then you say employee ID, so you go to the column where employee ID is written, maybe A1 to A2. So now it is going to write the number of employees you have in a certain company. So count office location equals to count A. This one now is going to calculate non-blanks, right? Count if, now this is different. So when you're trying to calculate a specific condition here, count if counts how many cells meet specific condition or criteria. So you say count if, then you give the range. Maybe you're calculating for the employees, right? Then you go to criteria, which type of employees, maybe interns, right? So you want to calculate the number of interns in a company. First go to the range where they're found, then you specify the criteria intern, then you close the bracket and enter. It will give you the number of interns you have in a company. All right, that is basically what is count if and count A. So we have finished the first lesson of Excel. Now we are going to move to the second lesson. Okay, so if the live stream disappears, just move and then come back to the class. Okay, there's some issues here, so it's just suggest some videos. I don't know why. So if it suggests a video, just cancel the video and come back to the lesson. All right, So let's go and do it. Right. So where were we? So we have finished this part. We're going to day 2 now. This one now is a project. We're going to do a full project of that. Now we have finished at least 10%, 20% of today's work. Okay, logical functions in Excel. So the logical functions are if, and or. Okay. Alright, so it allows Excel to check if certain conditions are met, or if it is false or true, right? They are essential for bonus eligibility, promotion readiness, classification by experience, performance, and employment type, right? That is what logical function Excel is used for, right? Now that we have done that, let's go and do it now. If let's specify, now we have 3 of them. We have if, and or. For logical functions in Excel, we have int, and or. So for the if, it returns the one value if a condition is true or false. So this one is used to check a certain condition, right? So if that condition is true or false, meaning that we will be checking one condition for if, right? So you will understand that when I'm doing a practical. Let's do this example and you will understand it. All right, example 1, check bonus eligibility, performance greater or equals to 8, right? So if equals to I2, so I2 is where now the performance are found. So if it is greater than 8, all right, then it is eligible. If it is not greater than 8, then not eligible. The first condition is a positive one, so eligible. The second one is not, right, eligible, as you can see that. So equals to if I2, so it is used to check one condition only for performances. As you can see here, we are checking for performance only. So if the performance is greater than 8, then it is eligible. If it is not, then it is not eligible. So greater or equals to 8. Okay, I hope you have understood that. Now example 2, same thing here, salary classification. So monthly salary is greater or equals to 80,000, alright? So if E2 is greater or equals to 80,000, then high. If it's not, then it is standard. So as you can see again, we are checking one condition, and that is salary. So if the monthly salary is greater than 80,000, then it is high, and if it is not, then it is standard. So the condition is only monthly salary, it has to be met here. Now let's go to and has 2 conditions, and both conditions must be met for it to become true, right? Returns true if only all conditions are met. Example, so this is how we write the and. There must be if first. You start with if equals to if, then you open bracket and type and. Once you type that, then you type the conditional, condition 1 and condition 2. In if we had only condition 1 only. So but in and, when you're using and, you have 2 conditions, and 2 conditions must be met for you to get the answer as true. Alright, so this is how it will look like. You should have a condition 1, condition 2, then whether yes or no, right? The positive answer first and then the negative answer lastly. Examples, promotion readiness for performance greater than 8, so we have performance, and experience greater than 10. So we have 2 conditions here. We have performance and experience. So if and, then I2 is greater than 8, is greater or equals to 8. This is for performance. N2 is greater than 10. This is for experiences. So if it has performance greater than or equals to 8 and experience has greater or equals to 10 years, then is ready, right? And the other one is not ready. Is not ready when it comes to promotion. So if he has not reached either of these, if he has not reached performance of 8 and greater or 10 years, right? then he's not ready for promotion. Okay, let's say he has gotten the performance, maybe performance greater than 8, but in years he has not reached 10 years of experience, then he is not ready. Okay, that is and so for you to get this promotion, you should meet the two conditions. So in and both conditions must be met. All right, or so we have the other one, or it has the same features as and, but so it's a little bit different. So it has two conditions first. So if or, so we have condition 1, condition 2, then yes or no. As you can see that the formula is almost the same, only that we have or here, then we write this. So we also have another difference here. So for or, if any of this condition is met, either say, let's say someone has met the condition 1 but he didn't meet the condition 2, then he'll be counted as yes, right? And if he met both the condition, he will also be counted yes. On the other hand, and you must have met both conditions for you to get the promotions, right? For example, flexible work, eligible, remote or full-time. Let's check this. If or, so now R2, you say it equals to remote. You say this guy is remote, all right? Or we have the other condition, full-time, all right? Full-time, eligible or not eligible, as you can see that. So if it is if he is remote and full-time, then he is eligible. If he meets both of any of these conditions, then he is eligible. And if he didn't meet one of these conditions, he is still eligible. But if he didn't meet both the conditions, then he's not eligible. That is what or is used for, right? Okay. Now that is logical functions. We say logical functions, there are three. We have if, and or. If there's only one condition and it has to be met, if that condition is not met, then it is a false value is returned. So and both conditions must be met for it to be returned true, or only one condition needs to be returned. Or if you want to both the condition, if both conditions are true, then the true value is returned. Okay, we talked about the logical functions. Now let's go to text functions in Excel. The text functions, now this is very important and we have to do it practically, right? Text functions, so learn how to use Excel's text function to clean. So we use it to clean, format and combine employee related text data. The function helps HR team improve data consistency, automate reporting and create identifiers like username or employee tags. Why text functions matters in HR. Right? HR department regularly works with data like names, department, job type, and location. But data data may come from different sources or contain inconsistencies, e.g. spacing issues, casing errors, right? Text functions helps clean and format this data, generate structured outputs, IDs, username, emails, standardized reporting for dashboards. Okay, that is what text function is. So we said the main function is used to clean and format the data. Okay, now let's go and do this. So concat functions combine the text. Alright, so now we have this. So it combines multiple pieces of text into one string. So when you want to combine two columns into one, you use this concat. Alright, for example here, full name or email IDs, right? So combine the first and the last name into full names. Alright, so concat, so the first name is found in column 1, then there should be space between. That is why we put double quotation, then we left space, then we put comma, then we put C2. Alright, that is confirmed. Let's do this practically and see this. Right, let's do this practically. I mean, let's do that practically. We have opened our Excel, right? We have opened our Excel. We have opened Excel. Now we do the concat function. So let's try to combine this price. Let's try to combine items and price, or Ali and age, right? Our Ali and country, right? We just do this equals sign concat, then do concat, do concatenate. Okay, now the text function. So let's say it is in a1, then c2, let's say c1 also, right? Maybe like that, or let's try this. As you can see here, the name is returned here. We should leave some space here so that maybe right, and as you can see that we have combined two columns into one. We have Ali and Uganda, so in a one column there. So that is what concatenate is used for, right? So you type concatenate, you can't type concat. So the so you go the original way, concatenate. Okay. Now let's go back to our notes. Let's go back to our notes. Once you go back to our notes, we have done the concat functions. Let's go to left and right. So this one extracts characters. Left text, so returns the first n characters. Right returns the text characters on the right side. Right. So abbreviate fields for report. Okay, department. So left D2 3. So as you can see here, it goes to D2. D2 is a department, so it's going to extract the first three letters from the left side because you choose left. All right. Same thing here, right? So we say right A2 2. So it's going to extract only two letters. So we use it to abbreviate it, and that is how we use it. Let's maybe you want to abbreviate countries and you want to select the first two letters, and that is how we use it. For example, here let's open our Excel. Once you open your Excel, see these informations. Okay, once you open your Excel, these are the informations you're going to see. All right. By the way, thank you for subscribing. May God bless you. And let's see something. All right. And left right, right, we are going to use that left right. So let's start with left equals to left. Now it's going to give me two letters from John. The first two letters, that is J and H, right? As you can see there, we have two of them, right? So if you want to do the right side, maybe let's do right. So when you choose right, it's going to give me the last two, which is ON, right? That is how we use the right and left. Right, so let's go back to our notes. So that's how you use the right and the left, right? So we have done the concatenate, we have done left and right functions. Now you can do the len functions. This one now counts the number of characters. Let's say you want to count the number of characters, maybe the names of a customer. So you want to count the number of characters in the name of customers. Let's say len, for example, like this one, he wants to calculate the full name. Once you do this, it will display the number of characters. For example, let me just say, let's go back to Excel and I show you practically how it works. So when you go back to Excel, so let's say you want to count the number of characters. Here we have Ali, we have 3 of them, right? So you just do this equal sign, there we go, we have 3 letters. So that is what we use for len. You calculate the number, we count the number of characters in a name or email. So that is it. That is how we use the count len function, right? So we have done the len function, so it counts the characters. So let's go to upper and lower, then proper also. Upper, it gives you it writes the characters in uppercase. Lower, it writes in lowercase, and proper, it writes the first letter capitalized, then the rest should be written in small letters. So that is the one that is accepted in the whole world, right? So if you want to write all of them in lower cases, you just do that, lower or upper. So let's do this practically. We see how it's going to work, right? So once you go back to Excel, yeah, we have Ali here. Let's write it in uppercase. There we go. So all of the names, all the letters are capitalized. As you can see there, they're written in uppercase. So if you want to write in lowercase, you just write this. There we go. So it is written in lowercase, all of them. So if you want it to be proper, as you can see here, it's already written proper, but let's just do it for the sake of doing the practicals. As you can see there, the first letter is capitalized, so it is written in uppercase, the first letter, the rest are written in small letters. So now let's go back to our notes. So okay, we have done this, the uppercase, proper and lower. The next one, and so all right, we have done this stream. So this is the summary We have done concat, we have done the left and right, so that when you want to abbreviate codes, maybe you use this left and right. Len, it counts the characters of validation, alright. Then upper and lower proper, we also did this as we saw that when you use uppercase, it will give you the uppercase, and when you use lower, it will give you the lowercase, alright. So trim, we haven't done this. Let me just do the trim. So trim, is it? Alright, here it is. Okay, trim. So if you want to remove extra spaces, you just use trim. For example, let's go back to our notes, and let's say Excel here. So let's say, for example, here I want to type something here, maybe Ali. Then let's leave like 7 spaces there. As you can see that it's very long. We have so many spaces, and write maybe Mike. Okay, this is grammatically wrong, right? So let's try and fix this. As you can see now, there's no extra spaces, so it has removed the extra spaces. And when you want to write it properly, you just use proper, okay, so that the first letters are are capitalized, right? Now let's go back to our notes. So this is the summary. We have done the concat, left, right, len, upper, lower, proper, and trim. The next function, we have the date and time function. So learn to use Excel's built-in date and time functions to calculate age. We used to calculate age, tenor. Then time, we used to calculate time since last promotion, alright? And automate database insights like HR reports, okay? So dates play a critical role in HR. You will often need to track how long someone has been with the company, alright? Monitor time since last promotion, calculate age or retirement eligibility, filter recent hires or upcoming anniversaries, okay? So Excel offers functions that handle dates intelligently. No manual calculation needed. So the first one here we have today function. So when you write today, open bracket, close bracket, it's going to display today's date. Let's do that. As you can see that it displays today's date. So we have the year, and it is 31st May, right? Let's go back to our notes. Okay, use it in formulas to compare dates, hire date, promotion year. You will calculate the year of service. So when you're told to calculate the year of service, you subtract today's year, today's date. So this is today. There, then you write it in form of years. So when you put years before today, it's going to give you only the year. All right. Then you subtract from the year of hiring. Okay, when he was hired. So when you subtract those, you are going to get the year of service, how long he was at the company, or how long she was at the company. Assume F2 contains the hire date, okay? So you can see that. Returns how many years the employee has worked. Alright, so when you put year before a date, it's going to display the year. For example here, let me just go back to our Excel and show you. Okay, here we have day, months and year. Let's say we want to get the year, so I'll just say equals to, so it is in column K15. As you can see, we only got the year. So when I'm not interested in the months and date, I can just put year before the date and it will give me the year. Same thing with months. If you are not interested in year, you can just put month, or also the day is also the same thing. You can put that. Now let's go back to our notes. So that is why he put year. There was a year here and today's date. Then we subtracted the year of service. That's to get the year of service. Calculate the time since last promotion. It's also the same. Let's say Q2 contains it contains last promotion year. Then you're going to subtract that way to get the time since last promotion. Number 2, we have year, month, day functions. So we just did it right now. So when you want to get the year, when you want to get the year, you just put the year before the date and it will give you the year, right? When you want to get month, you put month before the date and it will extract month. Same thing with the day. So you put day before the date, it will extract the day. Okay. So let me just do it again. So once you go back to Excel here, let's say you want to extract the month. You just say equals sign, maybe month, type month, then so the column where the date is found, so it is found in K15. So, yep, the month is 5. All right, so okay, the date, let's check the date. It is 31st. Okay, now let's go back to our notes. Okay, we have done the year, month, day functions. So we are going to do the network days function. This one calculates the working days only. It excludes weekends. It excludes weekends and holidays also. Right. So if you want to look at the network days someone has worked, so you put the network days, then the starting date, maybe the day of hiring, maybe the date of hiring, then end date. So maybe you can put today's date. For example, days between hire and today. So equals to network days. And then F2, this one contains the date of hiring. Okay. And then you can put today's date, then close the bracket. It will give you the days someone has worked, right? So this network days, it excludes the weekends and it only gives you the working days. All right. And that is how it is done. Another one, estimate work days since last promotion. equals to network days date. So let's say this one contains the date function, then you put one, means this one means from starting from January. Alright, the other one is January 1st. Okay, the date, the day, I mean, right? Then today, so that is the starting date and today's date to give you the accurate working days since last promotion. Okay, that is the end of day 2 lesson. You can go and do day 3. So we're going to talk about sorting and filtering here. Sorting and filtering are foundational tools in Excel, that allows you to organize, analyze, and extract meaningful insights from your data. Sorting data can be from you can sort data in descending or ascending order, meaning that you can sort data from A to Z or Z to A. You can also sort data by color. Okay, sorting rearranges your data based on the values in one or more columns. You can sort alphabetically, A to Z or Z to A, numerically, smallest to largest, or vice versa, or largest to smallest, and even by cells color, font color, or icon. For example, to sort employees by monthly salary from highest to lowest. Okay, we should sort these informations. Let's try to sort it. So you first go to the data set, select your data set including the headers, go to data tab, then click sort, choose monthly salary column, largest to smallest at the others, click OK. That is the instructions given here, but we don't have that data set. Let's go and do it. Okay, when you open your Excel and let's try to sort. Okay, for example, here it's very messy, but we can just look at it. We can do so. Alright, here is where we have the sorting and filtering. Right, just press sort, then the column you want to sort by, maybe you want to sort by column, maybe column B. Okay, so let's choose from largest to smallest. So column B contains ages, so we want to check from the oldest to the smallest to the youngest. Okay, so as you can see that our data set was not arranged properly, but we can see that the age, we have 28 followed by 26, then 24. Okay, that is how it is, right? Alright, so that is how you sort by either from the smallest to the largest. Okay, you can also sort by alphabetically. So you can see here we have shirt, trousers, vests. You can choose here sort, then maybe let's choose column I, then value, and you can choose color, so font color if you want. We were told that you can sort by colors. So if you choose colors, okay, let's just press OK. But I think it has problem here. Let's try to select all data set, then go to filter. So column I, so you can choose either Z, A to Z, or Z to A. Let's sort by A to Z from the smallest to the largest. Okay, there we go. Now it is just the same there. It starts with S, then T, B, right? Alright, now let's go back to our notes. So we have sorted by alphabetically. Alright, so you just do that, and you can sort by from the largest to the smallest, or smallest to the largest. That is what we have checked. This immediately arranges your data so that the highest earner appears at the top. So if you are checking the salary, so you use from the largest to the smallest, then you will see who earns the highest, making it easy to identify salary outliers or verify compensation consistency across departments. Another useful sorting option is alphabetical sorting. Department. Sorting the department's column from A to Z. Groups all HR employees together, followed by IT, then finance, or then marketing. Okay, that is very helpful when you have a large data set and different departments. So you can sort by that. Okay, sorting by colors so is useful when you have applied conditional formatting to your data set. For instance, if you have highlighted employees with the performance score greater than or equals to 9 in green, so you can then sort by cell color and bring all top performance to the top of your dataset for easy reviewing or reporting. So for the color, first you have to go to the conditional formatting. Alright, so we will do that in a minute. So we have done what we just did is sorting data based on either ascending or descending. Alright, now we are going to do color. This is how you do color, right? Let me just show you immediately, then we can go back. So open Excel, and if you want this column to be in a certain color, for example, you just go to Home tab, okay, then click conditional formatting, then you can just type the color the cell you want. So let's say I want to paint shirt. I want shirt to be maybe blue in color, right? You can go to custom formatting and the color you want. So let's say blue. You can just click there, blue. There we go. Now you can see that is how we paint. That's how we paint it, right? Font color. Then after that, after you have done the conditional formatting, you can go back and do sort by. Okay, you can go back and do sort by maybe. Then you choose maybe by font color. You can see here, but we don't have a huge data set that we can control with. You get me? We have a small data set, so it displays and this is messy here, right? So that is how we highlight. If you want to paint something in a cell, just go to the conditional formatting and you type the data you want and you click it. Okay, so and you choose the color you want. Now let's go back to our main screen. Let's go back to the main screen. So this is the note. Okay, we talked about sorting, so we can also sort multi-level sorting. Custom sorts are used when you want to sort by more than one column. So you don't want to sort, you want to sort more than one column. How do you do that? For instance, you may want to first sort employees by department, and then within each department sort by monthly salary in descending orders. Structured above views. Alright, now this is how you do it. Select your entire data set, then you go to the data tab, click sort. In sort the sort dialog, click add label. Alright, now you just go to the Excel. Let's go to Excel. Open your Excel. So once you open your Excel, then let's try to sort this. Okay, you have to select your data set first. That is it. Once you select your data set, go to the data tab. The data tab we are in right now. So first we are at home tab, then go to the data tab, then click sort. Alright, then click add level. So this is how you can play with. If you want to sort by column H, then you can also sort by maybe B. So this is the multi-level sorting. So if you want to sort more than one column, you just do that. You just add the level and you write the column you want the way you write it. Okay, that is it. Right, real world examples. Sort by department A to Z, then by performance, high to lowest, to see the top performance each team. Like that is the real world experience. So you are told to for departments, so you sort it from A to Z. You go to the department and choose ascending. Then you add another level called performance score. Then you choose from highest to lowest to see the top performance in each department together. So now let's go to the next question. So basic filtering. So allows you temporary hide rows that do not match specific criteria. So this is used when you want to view a subset of data, such as employees in one department, those receive bonus, or those working remotely. Basic filtering is quick and powerful for HR teams needing targeting views of their data. So when you want to check the data set, maybe you want to hide some information temporarily. So there's a way of doing it. You go to the data tab, then click filter, then small drop down arrows appear. Right, this is what we mean by. So when you go to Excel, let's open our Excel. Okay, so when we open our Excel, and let's go back to this. Maybe you want a small drop down to appear here and hide some informations. Okay, for example, I want to hide maybe 2 to 3 informations. You can click here, then you choose filter. Once you do that, first choose your whole data set, control A, then there is a small drop down that appears next to your headers. So in this drop down, when you click the drop down, then there's some informations you can hide there. If you don't want, you can just uncheck there, it will disappear that. Alright, so, but let's leave it there. Right, so let's just remove this. You can remove the filter if you no longer need it by just by clicking the filter, and there we go, the drop down has disappeared and you can no longer hide informations. Right, that is it. Now let's go back to our main screen, notes. Alright, so that one we have done it. Okay, filtering by multiple criteria and or. When filtering by multiple criteria in Excel, you can apply both and or logic using filters, and logic must meet all conditions. So this one we just did it when you are doing the logical functions, right? if and an or. So it is just the same thing. We're not going to do it again. Now that we have finished the logical, we can go and do conditional formatting in Excel. Alright? Conditional formatting is one of the Excel's most powerful features. It allows you to visualize and enhance your spreadsheet by automatically changing the appearance of cells based on their values or logical conditions. This is especially useful in large HR datasets where key insights like performance, low feedback scores, or high bonuses might otherwise get buried in rows of numbers. Now, we just did that conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is the one we did. You highlight the text you want. Either if you want it blue in color, you put that. If you want it green in color, you can just place it. So there's also another way of highlighting. You can also choose and highlight cells rules. All right. So okay, let's open our Excel. You might able to see that. So once we opened our Excel. Now go to the sheet. We have conditional formatting. Go to Home tab, conditional formatting. Now you can play with these informations. If you want high sales roles, then these informations are okay. But this is what we use most of the time. You go to the text. Now you just type the text you want to highlight. Maybe let's say I want to highlight these trousers blue in color. Just type trousers, then move to the color function. Then you can choose the color you want. If you can't see the color you want from here, you can go to custom, then fill. Then there's these colors. So maybe yellow. Let's go and click it yellow. Right. So okay. So it didn't display this. First you have to select the column, then do that. Okay. Try trousers. Okay. Trousers. Now let's just choose color. Go to custom format. We said you go to custom format, then yellow maybe. Okay, that. So there you go. You see the yellow color are the trousers. So that is how we use conditional formatting. So we have these informations too. If you want to maybe to highlight top 10 items, top 10%, bottom 10. So you have all the informations here. You have the color scales, the color you want to put. Like you put the color you want, right? You also have icons. These icons are used during dashboards, so you don't need it right now. Okay. Now greater than, less than, between, equals to, text that contains, okay, duplicate values. So these are the informations we have in the conditional formatting, and you can use the one you want when you are, depending on the question you are asked. Okay, let's go back to our notes. So in notes you have this highlight cell rules, greater than or less than, right? How to apply this? Select data range. Alright, so that is just the same information there. Up to here we have same thing here. Let's go to the table. Let's create let's see how to create a table. That is important. So when you want to create a table, this is how you do it. You go to Excel, you go to your own Excel there, click Excel Premier. For example, you want to create a table. All you have to do is select the whole data set, Control A, then click Insert where we have table. Now just click it, then make sure your headers are checked here. Check my headers. Okay, when you click OK, there you go. So as you can see here, our table is our data set is in a table. All right, now let's say you want to check, you want total rows. So total rows is where now we have information here. You want to calculate maybe the total income, something like that. Make sure you check these total rows. This will help you either to count the sum, minimum, maximum. So it has a lot of information down here. Okay, I want us now to remove this thing, control, because we are going to use this data set for the full project. Okay, all right, so now click. Now now that I've shown you how to create a table, so let's go back to our notes and see other informations. So when you go back to the notes, we have small informations here. Now we are going to talk about data validation. We have many types of data validation. We have whole number, we have decimals, we have lists, right? So this is a question that you are going to be asked. So this is a question that you are going to be asked in an interview, right? What data validation is. So make sure you are familiar with this. So if you don't know what data validation is, it is very dangerous because you are going to be asked. Okay, make sure you are familiar with the 8 types of data validation. I remember very well when I was doing my interview, I was asked that question. Hey, what is a data validation? And I did it. Okay, I was able to mention the 8 types of the data validation, and I got the job. So the 8 types of data validations are let me just mention to you the 8 types of data validation. You can write it down if you want. Alright, so these are the 8 types of data validation. We have any value, whole number, we have decimal, we have list, we have date, we have time, text length. Right, those are the data validations. Okay, the most important one and the most common one is drop down list. This is the most common type of data validation. It allows you to create a drop down menu in a cell with preset values. Okay, and this is how you do it. You select the range, maybe the D2 to D888 for departments. So you choose it, go to data, you make sure you go to the data and the data validation. All right, and you choose the data validation. Okay, we need to take a break. Data validation. So under allow, you choose the list you want. All right, either HR, IT, finance, and click OK. Now when someone clicks the cell, they will see drop down with only those options. All right, so let's do it practically. Open your Excel. We have been streaming 1 hour and 39 minutes. So after 20 minutes we are going to take a break. Okay, so open your Excel. When you open your Excel, there's these informations we have. Okay, okay, we want to do a drop down. Okay, maybe the items. So select the range you want, then go to the data validation. So it is found at the data tab, so just click there. So under any value, so we have a list, choose the list. So under source, now you choose the one you want, maybe shirts, trousers, comma, then trousers, and vests. Okay, those are the informations, and click OK. Right. When someone wants to put something here, so he'll see that he has only these choices. So data validation means it will refuse another information to be inserted. For example, if I want to write maybe something like this, so it is not among, and it is not in those options, so it will refuse. So this value doesn't match the data validation restriction, you see. As you can see that, so we are not able to put informations other than these trousers, this drop down. Okay, that is what the drop down data validation means. Now that you have learned that, let's go back to our notes and see it. So once you go back to your notes, we talked about the drop down list, so that is how you do it. Okay, example, restrict department entry, so it allows only HRIT, so we did that. The second one is now the normal one. We have a whole number, we have date, and text length. So also we also have text length. Okay, we have text length. Okay, so just give me a minute. Sorry, something I'm trying to do. Okay, now let's continue. We said that we have you did the drop down list. Now we are going to do this, the whole number, text length function. Okay, and this is how we do how we do it. Okay, we have a whole number. You can put the number you want. Date, you can put a specific date, and text length. So how to apply? Select the range enter to N8, H8, work experience, go to date, and allow choose whole numbers. Maybe minimum 0 and maximum 40. Restrict data valid hiring dates. Okay, you can restrict. You can put a specific date, and you can restrict it. So by putting that data validation, text length. Okay, you can put a specific length of a number characters, and if someone exceeds that characters, it will be refused for him to enter that value. Okay, now let's go back to our Excel and do that, so when you go back to Excel, these are the information we have, right? This is the information we have. Okay, when you go to Excel, these are the informations we have. So you click, let's say you want to click this, you select the range you want, the column you want, then you go to the data validation. So instead of choosing list now, you can choose this all numbers and put a specific numbers maybe. So you can put minimum this amount, maximum that, and you can also change date. Is it date? So you can put between starting date and end date that no one messes up the data set. Right? Those are the things that we're talking about just now. You have decimals, you have list informations, whole numbers. So these are the 8 types of data validation. Okay. Now let's go and do something and go back to our notes. When we go back to our notes, we see uh, let's go back to our notes. Now we can put input messages and error alerts. Alright, this feature enhances data validation by providing helpful prompts and custom error messages. How to add this? After setting up data validation, to the input message tab, add a title, department entry. Right, so you put informations like department entry message, choose from HR, IT, marketing. So this is what they mean. And when you open your Excel, let's say open your Excel here, go back to Excel. Once you go back to Excel, this is what they mean. So let's say you want to select informations, select the column you want. So we have selected this column I. Now go to data validation. Once you go to data validation, you have the input messages. Now you put the title you want, right? So like departments, something like that. Department allowed, something like that. Then you put informations like maybe HR, okay, HR, finance, something like that. Then you click OK, right? So once someone enters a wrong data, then he'll get an input messages that telling him that he should choose from these things, right? Either HR or finance. So that is what the note says. Okay. When you go back to your notes, then we also have the error, right? The error feature in the data validation. Alright, so this is the error data. So this is the error alert. When someone enters a wrong data, a wrong features after you have set your data validation, you can choose the warning either to stop warning, or informations. So when someone enters a wrong data set, then it may tell him to stop, or you can just select warning or informations. Alright. Then enter a custom error message. So when someone enters, then there's a sound that is being displayed that maybe you choose the way you want. Either it should say warning or information. Then there should be a message like maybe invalid entry. Please select departments from the drop-down list. So you can put that message that guides the person. Okay, let's do it practically. Let me show you how it is. So when you go back to your Excel, open your Excel, and this is what we mean by. So let me start from the beginning. So you just select the column you want, then the data validation. Let's say you have already set your data validation. Okay, so you have put your data validations here. Then you go to the error alert. So now the style you want, either you want it to be warning, stop, so you choose. Alright, so if you put warning, there's this danger mark will be, the danger symbol will be displayed, right? And the stop warning, another symbol will be displayed, this one, the cross one. Informations, so let's check informations, and a blue danger mark is displayed. Okay, let's just choose warning, then invalid, you can just say maybe invalid or guide. Then you put someone the information that you need someone to enter. So you can just tell in the data validation that you set in this error message, so that when someone is entering a wrong thing in that column, this message displays guiding him. All right, so now let's go back to our notes. Let's go back to our notes. Okay, so that is the error alert tab, right? So this let's do a recap of what we have just learned. So we did a drop down list, and there's a small drop down at the next to the columns, where now you can see the data validation that you have set. So that is the first type of data validation and most common one. We also saw that the normal data validations, these are whole numbers, date, time. So you can set the way you want this. Either you can put age to be 0 to 40, minimum 0 and 40. Alright, so we also saw that the date restriction is same as this one, so you can put a specific date so no one can change. Okay, input message, so it guides users, so choose from approval list, so we saw that. And the error alert prevents invalid entries, so we saw that also. Right, so control F, let's now do what control F does. So use plus control F to find boxes. So if you want to see if you are looking something in the data set, you can just press control F and type what you are looking for. For example, let's do it practically. When you go back to Excel, so go back to Excel, open Excel, now choose equals to control F. When you do that, so what you are looking for, find what, maybe I'm looking for Ali. In this data set, do we have Ali? Then find all, then we will see that we have Ali here. It will display the informations that you need. You guys might not be able to see, okay, so because I'm sharing a specific window, but that is how it is. So you press control F, then you what you're looking for, right? So those are the informations that you are looking for, right? Okay, now that we have done that, we can do something else here. Let's go back to our note. That is how you use the control plus F. Okay. Open your data set. Oh my days. Right, we have done this control F, so we have control H. So if you want to replace a value with something, you first find it then replace it. Alright, you use control H. Alright, when you press control H in a data set, so there will be two columns that will be returned. So that one that is written with find what, then replace with. So in the place where find what is written, you put the information that you want to replace. Then at the replace with, you put the information that you want to correct with. Okay, that is how control plus H is used. So then you click replace all, then it should replace automatically. Okay, so that is what, let's do a summary of what we have just did. So we did the find. If you're looking for text, number, search for names, roles, then use control plus F. Okay, then if you want to replace, then use control plus H, then standardize items. So we also have this feature F5, which is a special case. If you want maybe to save your time, you can just put F5, the blanks to be 0. If you want to replace blanks with 0, let's do that. let's put this example. Okay, open your Excel. Open your Excel. Once you open your Excel, alright, so just press, for example, here we have some blanks. Okay, if you want to replace these blanks with 0, you do this. You press F5, just click F5, then there's a small box that will appear. Then there's down there's special. Just click special, then choose blanks. Okay, after selecting that, without doing anything, just type 0. Alright, then enter. Okay, as you can see now. Okay, and right, so wait. Let's say Control Z. Choose F5, then right, so now this is so Control F, right? Control A first, choose that, then F5. So then Control Enter. So all the blanks will be replaced with 0. So that is how we use the F5 special case. Now let's go back to our notes. Okay, let's go back to our notes. Now we have done this, the summary find. So we did that. Go to special case, we did Control plus F, we saw that. Okay, creating an Excel table. So alright, this table also we did that, where you just click the whole data set, then you go to insert, then select choose the table, then always check my headers. So that is how you do the table one. I've already done that. Now for slices, let me just show you slices. Go back to Excel, right? So when you go back to Excel, so we have slices everywhere. At the insert, we have slices. This is one here. So there's another way also you can get slices. So once you select the table, so this is how you choose the table. Select your data set, Control A, then go to table. Choose the table you want, then make sure the headers are checked. Now when you click your data set, your table, then there should be slicer button here, slicer. So you can click this and it will give you the information you want. Okay, for now we don't want it, so just let's go back. Okay, that is it. So there's two ways of getting the slices, either through the table or the other way. You just can go to insert, then you will find slices there. Now let's go back to our notes. So when you go back to our notes, we have this now. So we saw that how to create a table, slices. Those are the informations. that we needed. So these are examples. So we also saw that how to do the total row. You can just check that total row, so as we did that earlier on. Okay, so these are information that you can put in slices. So all this you'll see properly when you're doing a project. So in about 2 to 3 minutes we'll be doing a full project. Okay, if you don't understand up to here, so don't worry. Okay, so we have this VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. So we will come back after maybe 5 minutes and do this, right? So let's take a break and do this immediately, right? Hello, we're back, we have we have things to finish, my friend. Right, so open that screen. So we have VLOOKUP function. VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. It is used to search. It is used to to search for values in the first column. That is what we use it for. And returns a value from a corresponding row in another column. So I will show you what it means. So VLOOKUP. So, and make sure you remember this. These are the formula, right? We have lookup value, we have table array, and then the call index number, right? That is very important before we begin anything, right? So why use VLOOKUP is useful when your data is organized vertically. Make sure you remember that too. So when our data set is arranged vertically and you need to retrieve information from a column to the right of this, you will use this, okay? So common use cases include looking up for employee salary, performances, or scores. Alright. Let me just show you what it means. Yeah. So VLOOKUP. So you have to type this VLOOKUP equals to VLOOKUP and lookup values table array. Alright. First, let me show you how a vertical data set is arranged. Okay. A vertical data set. This is a vertical data set. Okay. This is the example of a vertical data set. This is the example of a vertical data set. Okay. These are the informations we have here. The product. These are the informations we have. Current price. What? These are the information. So this is a vertical. So you just type V equals to VLOOKUP, right? But this is the informations we. This is how a vertical data set looks like, right? Make sure you remember that. Now let's go back and open our data set. There, open your data set, click open notes. Okay, now let's just analyze this. Equals to VLOOKUP, so lookup value. So what are you looking for? So either the name or that, right? If you're looking for name, you just type the name you're looking for, right? Then the table array. So which column is that? You write the table range, right? The column range where that name you're looking for, right? Let's say you're looking for Ali. Then the names columns are found between B2 to B878. So that is what a table array is. Call index. So this one is now maybe you are looking for the salary, right? The salary of Ali, someone named Ali, right? After you do that, so the column salary might be found in column number 5. So you have to count column 1, column 2, column 3, maybe column 4, 5, 5. Column 5 is where now the salary is written. So now you just write 5 here. So where the call index number, you just write 5. Okay. Then the range lookup. So this one is now you just type what you want here, either false. So for it to be specific, okay, let's look at this. For example, find the salary of employee ID one. Then I don't know what is this 10001. Okay, to find the salary of employee of ID 10001, you do this equals to VLOOKUP the employee ID, you put it there. Once you put that, where the employee ID is found, it is found between A2 to E8. You can write a whole data set. There's no problem with there. You can select the whole data set. Okay. Then where the salary is found in column 5. Then put false. False will give you the exact match. Okay. Why not use exact match? Okay. this one will give you the exact match. That is basically what we are talking about here. All right, so that is a VLOOKUP, vertical lookup. Now I think you have understood what a VLOOKUP is. We can go ahead and check HLOOKUP. All right, HLOOKUP, this one now when the data set is arranged horizontally. So horizontal lookup, it searches for values in the first row of a table and returns a value of a specific rows in the same column. All right, so with this, let's go and check out a YouTube video. I will show you a YouTube video, a small clip where you will see how it is. So pay attention. You are going to do this. I hope you can see this, so make sure you pay attention. Let's open our YouTube. Okay, once you open your YouTube, so there's this clip. I want you to see this. All right. Okay, make sure they say watch later. Okay, I want you to see this clip. So by the way, this DI named I hope you saw that, the Alex Analyst, my YouTube channel recommendation. Here
AI
we are
is changing
now.
the game for app development. Firebase
I hope you can
is
hear
here to
this
help.
person.
Easily build
In this video, we'll be looking for HLOOKUP. Now, if you see on the screen, I have a table. Now, if you see in the previous one, vertical table, now this is a horizontal table. How do you understand a horizontal table? If you see, I have the row headings. Earlier, I had something column headings. If I apply a function on this, it becomes a HLOOKUP. What exactly is HLOOKUP for? If you see, I have written here top products like say mobile phone, camera and all, and product code, quantity and price. With respect to the product, I want to find out the price. I have written here a top product as mobile phone, and if I want to find out a price, let's say mobile has a price of 26.95. So how I can type a formula for HLOOKUP is the same way, equal to HLOOKUP. Now the very first thing it says as lookup value,
Now he's going to type
comma.
the
Second thing
mobile,
it says
so
as your
you
table
choose that
array.
item.
Now that's
See?
my table array.
So
I'll
you
select
select the
here till I
whole
get the entire
that.
table.
Yes.
And I'll put a comma. Next is the row index number. In VLOOKUP, it was as column index number, but in HLOOKUP, it is row index number.
Yes.
With respect to table, which is the row I want the fourth row, that is the price. So I'll type here
You
comma
just type
4 comma 0. That's it. So now I'm expecting the mobile, that the answer is 26.95 once I press. So I've got the right answer. Let's try one more. If I want the answer for,
as you can see that he first let's go back now to our notes. I hope you can see that vertical lookup and H lookup, and he talked about this, the lookup value. Make sure you write the lookup value, then the table array, you choose your whole data set, then the row index, so the one you are looking for. If you are looking for maybe the price which he was looking for, it was in 4, right? You count there 1 2 3 4, so it was in 4. Then at the range lookup here, you type 0 for exact, right? Or you can just type false, you get the answer. So that is basically how things will be, right? So false, this one will give you the exact value, right? Which is very good. Now that we have done H lookup and vertical lookup, we can check we can do index and match, right? This one is a very important one. Okay, index returns a value from a specific value and within a range, right? So let me just open my ChatGPT to help you understand the index and match. After that, you will never forget index and match. So I was looking for a way you guys to understand properly. Maybe ChatGPT open. Okay. So there's this function. Just give me a minute, second. Yes. So as it tries to open, let's just continue and try to explain to you guys. So this one returns a value from a specific row column with range. Match finds the position of a value with the range and returns its relative position. Okay, by combining these two, it will be more efficient than VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. Now let's look at one example here. So this is the syntax of index. We have array, row number, then the column number. All right, so I think it has opened now. Let's check this. So my yesterday, right? So now okay, it's not opening. Sorry for that. Okay, I was looking for a way, you guys, to explain to you properly. So if that is the case, let me just try to explain to you, right? So we have array, we have row number, right? Let's say a column from B2 to B87. So you are going to choose that you are looking for maybe the employee ID 1008. So which row is it? So you're looking for that. So you type equals to index, then you type where the employee ID range is found. So you say B2 to B877, then you type row number. So this one, now you explain it further, maybe the number you want to type, right? So it will return it, the answer you are looking for. Same thing with match. So it has a, even though this one will give you exact, so match it will, you have lookup value, lookup array, and then match type. So let's check an example here. Index, let's say find the salary of Michael first name, use index and match to find the Michael's full salary. So now this is when you have combined both. So index E2 to E878. Now this one will go and get you where the salary is, right? So the salary match. So now match goes there and goes to Michael. The first name is Michael. Then the range where it's found B2 to B878. So these are the names where the names are found. So it will go and check Michael, highlight it, so space 0, so for exact. So now this will return the salary of Michael if you use both index and match together, so which is more efficient than HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. So most of the time we use these two together when we are working on something, maybe a large data set. So we don't usually use HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP that often. So we use, most of the time we use these informations, index and match combined together. All right. XLOOKUP is only found in Excel's, the latest Excels. If you're using Excel 2021 or 2020, somewhere there, 2022, then you can do XLOOKUP. It is much faster, easier, and less complicated, right? So if you're using the older version, like me, I'm using 2016, so it doesn't have the XLOOKUP, right? Does not require column index numbers like VLOOKUP or a number. You just type what you want there and it will give you automatic. So very easy to use the XLOOKUP, right? Summary of lookup functions. We did the VLOOKUP when data is arranged vertically and you need to find values in the first column. So example, find the salary by employee ID, alright? So HLOOKUP when the data is arranged horizontally and you need to search in the first row. Find the employee department in the horizontal table. That is how we use the HLOOKUP, right? Pivot tables in Excel are used when you are creating the dashboard. So A pivot table is very important. It's a powerful tool in Excel that allows you to summarize, analyze, and present your data in a flexible, interactive way. It helps you to transform large data set into meaningful insight. What is a pivot table? A pivot table summarizes large data sets, allows you to analyze them from different perspectives, enables you to organize groups and summarize data dynamically. With it, easier to train patterns. So this is what a pivot table looks like. Let me just open my Excel. So when you open your Excel, so go to this sheet, maybe select the whole data set, Control A, then so at the insert we have a pivot table. Make sure now a new sheet, so just click OK. Once you do that, this is what a pivot table like. On the right side we have information, so where now we can place maybe the product at the row. You get me? You can put the product at the row, current price. So that is what is it about. But that is what a pivot table is. So you can summarize a large data set using these informations. We will do that when we are going to do a project in about when we finish this information. We are going to do a full project where now you'll understand. Up to now, if you have not understood some of the things, don't worry, because the project will cover a lot of informations. Okay, Control Z. Let's go back to, and okay, let me just delete this sheet. We say that if you want to delete a sheet, you just go there where delete is written. Alright, Control Z. So let's remove this. Let's delete this sheet. We don't need it because we don't want to mess up this information, because this is the data set we are going to work on. Alright, let's go back to our notes. So when we go back to our notes, and we have a lot of information here. Go back to your notes and see these informations. Pivot tables. Alright, L1 to T1, those are the informations we have said. So for pivot tables, if you want to summarize a large data set, you are going to use a pivot table. Total salary by department. Right, total salary by department, we also talked about. That is how you can use the pivot table. Alright, so let's, without wasting time, so slicers, we talked about it. Slicers, how to insert it. Pivot chart. So once you have inserted the information in a pivot table, then you can now bring on the pivot chart. So that is also important. Right, how to insert. This is the instructions, but we are going to cover when you are doing the project. Alright, so column charts, we have those informations used to comparing total salaries by department. Alright, those are the informations. Bar chart, comparing employee performance by employee types. Also, we have also line charts for trends. We have pie charts. Okay, we have scatter plots, and those are the information that we have here. And so I can't see anything new here. Insert charts, something like that. We have slicers also, they have repeated the same thing. Now we are going, this is the dashboard, this is the last part. So now that you have created basic dashboard, let's enhance dynamic chart multiple. Alright, so let's now do a real world project. Okay, now that we have finished theoretically, we can now do a full project. So these are the kind of instructions you will be given in at work. So these are the informations you will be given. Alright, so it has these informations, objectives. Alright, these are the information. So we are going to do this project right now. Right, hope you guys are enjoying the lesson. Okay, let's do it. Open our Excel. We are going to open our Excel. Let's open our Excel. Let's start the project. Let's remove these informations. We don't need these things. Right, delete sheets. Now this is the information we have. So now the first thing you do is try to spread your informations, like, you're there congested. So like For example, this current product, you can't see this product, right? So make sure you press this, click the triangle there at the top left, then go to formatting where formatting is written. Then after clicking it, you'll see some of the informations there. Then choose out of fit column and width. Once you do that, so now it has spread, you can see the products very nicely arranged, right? That's the first thing you do. The second thing, before doing anything, make sure you copy all this. Just say Control A, select your whole data set, then Control C, right? No, sorry for that. I almost deleted my informations. Control C. So I have selected all my informations there. Now go to a new sheet, call it a worksheet. This is our worksheet, right? Enter that. Now paste the informations there. So these are the informations we have now. That is the first thing you do, because we don't want to mess up our original worksheet, right? No. Is there anything that happened? So paste it there. Okay, once you do that, now you do the same thing out of fit column. So you do that. So now it has, you have spreaded this. Now we are going to do our project on this place, right? The first thing is cleaning. So this data set looks very messy. You are going to clean this, even remove this cache. You don't need this. This is a currency, you don't need this. We have to remove these commas and this out of, we need to remove this. Then we have negative, reviews cannot be negative, so we're going to remove that. So as you can see also, the ratings, they rate it very bad. There's D instead of S. So and that is what we are going to do right now, right? So that is what we are going to do. Okay, so let's go back to our instruction paper. The question paper says the question paper says where is it, this question paper? Alright, so the question paper says different things, yeah. Objectives, alright, so you just check that, make sure it has product, current price, all price, discount, review, ratings. We checked that, right? Project tasks, the first one, data cleaning and preparation. So check for missing values in the data set, right? You have to check if there is a missing value in the data set, remove duplicates if any. We're going to do that. So we saw that there is some blanks in the reviews and ratings. Okay, you have checked that. Remove duplicates if any. Ensure we remove the cache and commas. Standardize for auto to 4.5. All right, let's do all this in a minute, so as fast as possible. All right, now go back to your Excel, click Excel. Now that I've gone back, so we are going to remove this first. So we are going to remove this and change it into numbers. To go to the general and choose numbers. All right. Doesn't change anything. Okay, if it doesn't change, don't worry. You can just say select this, then control. So control H. Once you do that, and you can just press cache, then replace all, right? all done on 16. All right, so now that we have removed this, we can also remove the commas. Okay, that is good. Now you can see that we don't have those informations, and we also don't have commas. All right, same thing with here. Control H. Let's remove this to current price. Done. Right, now I don't want to see these commas, so make sure you go to general layer, at home tab, click here, then choose numbers. There we go. Now I also don't want to see this out of 5, 4.5 or something like that. Okay, first you need to change this rating into rating, so change D into S. That is the first thing. Now we are going to also to change this 4 out. We are going to remove this out of 5, right? So let's control H, and out of 5, out of 5. So replace all. Done. Okay, now we have these informations. So at the review, we are going to remove this negative sign here. This is you're going to do the same thing, control H. So we have to remove the dash sign. All right, so replace all. Okay, now our dataset looks clean. So second thing, after doing that, we are going to clean our dataset. Select the whole dataset, then go to the data where data is. Now we have a duplicate, so remove duplicate sign here. Just click that and click OK. So we have removed 3 duplicates. Okay, now we have 112 unique features. Now we also have some blanks. Okay, I want to replace these blanks with 0. All you have to do is F5, press F5, then go to special cases, maybe special case. So let's say blanks, let's say 0, type 0, then control enter, alright. As you can see there, we have zeros where there's a blank. Okay, these are the informations. Now here we are going to delete these informations as it is empty. Alright, because we deleted the duplicates, now we have this extra informations here. So now choose that, then right click, then delete. Yep, delete, then click OK. Now our data set is cleaned. Okay, now I also checked out, I also saw that this information here we have 2 products here in one. So as you can see in 40 we have 2 products here. So let me just highlight. As you can see here we have rows, so we are going to separate this. So what we are going to do is we are going to insert another column. So choose the row, then right click, then insert. Right, go to insert, then and we are going to this the first one. So we are going to do, what we are going to do is as you can see, select here, control X, then move into the next column up there, control V, right, put the information there. Right, so also the same here, and control X, control V, right. Up, wait, we are in product 40, so why did it disappear? Right. Alright, so now we're going to wrap this negative sign and move to this part. Right here, copy this, control X, and paste it up there, control V. Okay, can now wrap this. Knob Control Z. So just wrap the negative sign. Alright, then move to the next part. So we need to write this information here, the percentage. So make sure you select the cell you want, then move to the formula bar. Now to calculate the percentage, it will be the old price minus the current price over the old price. So it will be C40. So it will be equals to C40. So open bracket first. So C40 40 minus okay, minus CB40, right? Then close bracket, then divided by C40. Alright, so now let's enter. As you can see that it's 38%, and also here we have a small error, it cannot be the same. Alright, equals to now C41. Actually open the bracket first, C41. So we are calculating the percentage, minus B41, then close the bracket, then backward slash, then C41. Alright, so now this is the old price, current price, now the old price, right? So now enter that. As you can see that we have information here. So our data is cleaned now. It is ready to use now. So let's go back to our instructions. Okay, let's go back to our instructions. We can go back to our main page. Now that we have cleaned the data set, go back to the next questions. So now the first part we are done. Okay, data enrichment. Now this is for data entry, those stuffs. Now we are told to calculate the absolute discount amount for each product, all price minus current price. So we are going to create a new column named absolute discount. So we are going to subtract the all price minus current price. Alright, we can do that right now. Alright, let's do that. Open your Excel. Once you open your Excel, let's create a new column. Okay, so select a new column, just write absolute discount. That will be our new column, absolute discount. Alright, make sure it fits in the cell by just can double click here, it will automatically fit there. Alright, so for this absolute discount, we are going to subtract the all price minus the current price. So that is what we were told in the instructions. So the all price is C40, C2 minus B2, right? Then close your bracket, making sure here you have opened your bracket. Now you can enter that. Enter. There we go. We have the absolute discount as 575. So now you don't have to do that manually for all of this. So you just double click here. It will display all the information that you need. So it will automatically work out. So the next question we are asked, let's check. For this you are finished. Let's create a new column to categorize products, their ratings. So poor for ratings below 3, average for 3 and 4, and excellent for 4.5 and above. So we're going to do that. We are going to use the if formula. Alright, so let's go and do that. Open your Excel. Once you open that, name a new column. We are told to create a new column that is categorized rating. Categorized rating. So now we are going to use what do you call this? The if formula. Okay. So equals to. So we're told to use if formula. So if. So for the categorized rating, the question says that should below 3 rating, then should be poor, right? Then for 3 and 4, average. If it is in between 3 4 ratings, then it is average. And if it is 4.5 and above, then excellent. So let's do that, right? For 3, so rating. So if it's up there, so let's do rating. Rating is in column. I can't see where. If these people, all right, it is in column epsilon. Right, F2, that is the column, is less than 3. So if it's less than 3, then we are going to call it poor. Poor. And comma. So let's open another case. If this one, if F2 is less than 4.5, so 4.5, then we can call it average, or else excellent. Or if it is greater than 4.5, then excellent. Now close your bracket and enter this, and should add another one. Now we can check that. As you can see that this one has 4.5, so the categorized rating says excellent. So just double click down there to display the information down there. Okay, so we have done that. Let's go back to another question and do that. This one we just did it. Let's create a new column to categorize profits based on discount, right? There's a low discount for 20%, medium discount 20 to 40, and high discount. So discount percentage less than 20, then it is 20 low discount. Between 20 and 40, medium discount. Above 40%, it is high discount. We can do that. All right, just open your Excel. Let's open our Excel. This is how we open our Excel. Right, let's open our Excel. percentage. Okay, let's say categorized discounts. Categorized discounts. Okay. So just double click here for it to fit in the cell. There we go. Now what we want to do is that for percentage less than 20%, we are going to say low discount. Between 20 and 40%, we are going to say medium discount. And for more than, for above 40%, we are going to say high discount. Right, so let's insert the formula here. Equals to if, so right, equals to if tab there, and the logical function d2 is less than 20%, then percentage 20%, and comma there, we are going to say low discount. Okay, and here we are going to also create another f. So for less than 40%, f2 d2, right, d2 is less than 40%, then we can call it medium discount, or else high discounts. Okay, close your brackets now, then enter. There we go, we have the information written. Because this one is in between 20 to 40%, it will be called medium discount. So way to display the rest of the data set, just double click here. There we go, so we have our informations there. So let's go back to our question. So let's go back to our notes and see the instructions. So the question paper says, after you're done with this, now we have done the data cleaning and data enrichment. We are going to do data analysis now. So descriptive statistics. So calculate the average current price, old price, discount percentage, and rating across all products. Alright, so we are going to create maybe we are going to form a table. Do you think a table is a good idea? I don't think so. Okay, identify most expensive and least expensive product. So we are going to do that, and also determine the average discount percentage and rating for each product. Guys, after this we need to take a small break, right? Yes, because you are burning out, to be honest. It's been like 2.5 hours, but we're about to finish that analysis. Calculate the average and average current price. So let me open my data analysis Excel, right? So we are going to calculate the average. So and we think, yep, let's form a table. So Control A, then go to insert, place table there. Make sure you check the headers now, and for that, make sure you click, you select the total rows. At the table design, we have total rows. Check that. Then the question wants the average current price. That's what it wants. So calculate the average current price. So make sure you click this drop down, then choose average. That is the average current price. It also needs the average old price. Make sure you go there and just click the average. So it also needs discount, average discount. So discount is this. So there, the average discount, which is 37, and the rating also you need. So you are done with the first part, right? That's the only thing they need, right? Let's go back to our notes and see that. Okay, you are done with that. So identify the most expensive and least expensive product. So now here we are going to use index. Thank you so much for subscribing, my friend. Okay, we are going to find the most expensive and least expensive product. So we are going to use index and match for this. So let's open itself and do that. So down there we have some space here. We can put our information here, right? Just type most. Let's do it here, right? Somewhere here. Most expensive product. Right, most expensive. Now we put our formula here. Equals to. So most expensive, we're going to use index, right? So for the current price, yes. So equals to index. Remember that we're going to use index and match together. So the range is found, maybe it is found, the product names is found in A, right? So just write A2, then column 2A, up to we have 116, I think, something like that, 114. Right, so A114, type that, then comma. So it's not sensitive, you can write small a, or you can write in low cases, there's no problem. So for the match, then you type match. Okay, match. So we're going to type most expensive, right? Right. Before we do anything here, I want us to do something here. Alright, so I've messed up, guys. I've messed up. Okay. We need to find the price first, okay? That is something I need to do before doing anything here. Right. I know I'm burned out. So it's been like 3 hours. Okay, you can forgive me, guys, for that. So I need to look for the maximum price, right? Then do B2 the range. So B2 to B and B114, right? Once you do that, now we have 37.50. So we need to find the, what do we call, we need to find the name of this product. So for you to get the name of this product, that's when now you are going to use what do you call, we are going to use the index and match together. So we have 37.50. Make sure you remember that. If I forget, make sure you tell me, guys, right? Let's go back and do index now. So index, so this index will give us the name. So where the names are found, the names is found in column A2 to A1114, right? Then comma, so then match. That is important now. Now type, that is 37.50, right? Points 0.00, that is important. Okay, where it is found in what do you call, it is found in column B, right? B to B1114. all right, so for that, let's type it 0 for exact match, then close this bracket, right? Then close it again, then control enter. There we go, we have the name of the products. W is in the chart, we have the name of the product. Now let's look for the cheapest products. So the reason why you do this index, because we have a large data set. You can't able to look for these names, will waste a lot of time. You have to use these informations, right? Cheapest products, also do the same. You look for the lowest price. You look for the lowest price, which is equals to mean, right? Then open bracket, so it is found in between B2 to B, that is the current price, B114, close bracket, then enter. There you go, we have 38 shillings. This is it. So this is the cheapest product. So now go up there, make sure you remember this. Before we go that, it's very important for you to understand, right? So now maybe let's just write somewhere here. Okay, 38. Let's make sure you remember that. Okay, we're going to write the name here. Alright, so let's try that. If index, start with equal sign, equals index, tap that, and the array, it is found the names, so A2 to A1114, then comma, so match to match, then open that. Okay, we should do that match. We're looking for the price, right? 38.00, 38.00, then comma that, then it is found in B2, that is found in B2 to B1114, right? So comma that, then put 0 for exact match, close the bracket and close again. Right, now let's enter that. There you go, this is the cheapest product, this is the most expensive product. I think we have done the second part of that question. Now let's go back to that question, the question paper. We have go back to that question. Okay, we are done. We found the most expensive and the least expensive. Now determine the average discount percentage and ratings for each product category. How are we going to do that? We need critical thinking, remember that. So determine the average discount percentage each product. This question has some errors. Yep, this one has errors. So we'll come back to it. Okay, let's take a small break, about maybe 2 minutes, and that in meantime, so take a little break. you're back. You have a lot of work to do. Can't take a lot of time. Okay, let's go back to our question. So this question, it has problem, to be honest. So we cannot find per category rating. Okay, so this is one of the questions that we'll ask our seniors. So if he has different way of doing it, he will inform. Okay, so for now we can move to trend analysis. Okay, analyze the relationships between discount percentage. Okay, to higher discounts lead to more reviews. Okay, let's do that. Let's come back to Excel. Open your Excel. Let me open my Excel. Okay. Okay, now I have to select the whole data set. For that, make sure you select the whole data set, Control A, then move to data where it is written. So make sure you click this, you go to Power Query. You won't be able to see that because I'm sharing a specific window, so you can excuse me for that. Once you open Power Query in a minute, but you will be able to see the results, I think. Okay, so a minute, it's opening. Okay, let me just share the whole window for you guys. Okay, so that you see everything. It is. So once you click the Power Query, for the sake of time, let's just do it that way. So once you click the Power Query, then you will be able to choose the columns you want. Okay, so the columns you want, I want for discount percentage and number of reviews. Discount percentage, choose columns. So when you open Power Query, so go to data, then you choose for the discount percentage, go to discount, and discount percentage and number of reviews, right? Number of reviews. Discount percentage and number of reviews. So once you click that, then you just say load. Okay, it will open now a new sheet. You will now able to see this. This is what Power Query does. So in a minute it will open now. It has opened. Okay. Now you can see this. So we have discount and reviews. So the question was, so we were to analyze if a discount percentage, if the higher discount percentage lead to more number of reviews. So for that, we will use a scatter table, a scatter chart, right? We are going to use a scatter chart. Make sure you go to scatter charts. So charts are found in the insert there. Then click charts, maybe charts. Okay, yep. Now this is what we call a scatter chart, right? Open it and let's see this. Now we have the reviews and discount. So on the y-axis we have the reviews, the other axis we have discounts. So higher discounts such as 0.5, that is this is the highest discount, right? Now we have up to 0.6, something like that. And now the reviews, the highest review is 70, which is found 0.5. So do they correlate? So that is the question. For this, there's only one that does that. So we can't base our judgment on one condition that has worked, but we can say that it partially correlates. Okay, you can say it's partially correlates. So we have discounts here, and for that case, let's just say it correlates, right? You say it correlates for that highest discount, which is at least 0.5. Then you can see that we have the highest rating here, 70. So they correlate, right? So yes, the answer to that question is yes. Okay, now let's go back to that question. Let's go back to our question. See, once we go back to the question, all right, you have done that. So the question is discount percentage and number of reviews. Yes, do higher discount leads to more reviews? Yes, we counted, we said yes, right? So analyze the relationship between rating and number of reviews. We also do the same, and look at this question also. Do they correlate? So we use the scatter chart to understand that. So do higher rated products have most reviews? Okay, let's do that in a minute. Open your Excel. It's right, all right. Open Excel. Go back to where it is. This the worksheet. Select the whole data sheet. Select everything here. Then go to where data is. Then from table, select that for Power Query. Now we are checking if the, what do we call this, if higher rated products lead to more reviews. So this is about rating and reviews, right? So it is about rating and reviews. So it's about rating and reviews. So when you go to your Excel, you open Power Query and choose to keep some columns. So we are going to keep 2 columns. That is for ratings and reviews, right? So once you do that, so you arrange them ascending. Let's see that, right? Let's load this. Let's load this. Okay, now we can see this. Now the 69, we have reviews 69 and rating 2.8. Okay, do they correlate? So this is the highest number of reviews, and it has 2.8, which is not the highest ratings, right? So you can see from the, without even going to the chart, you can see that they do not correlate. So that statement is that question, the answer is no, right? So the answer is the highest reviews do not lead to more ratings. Okay, right? Okay, let's just do a chart here so that to show it properly. Recommended charts, just select that, so it will just remove this. Okay, just choose it. Yep, here we go. At the bottom we have reviews, and here we have the ratings, I think. So on the y-axis we have the ratings. So the highest rating is 5. So we have 70, which is the highest reviews. Number of reviews 70, and the rating is only 3. You get me? So the answer to that question is no. Let me open that question to check. So we saw that, I think, from that. So let's answer this. So the answer to this is no. We have answered. So do higher rated products have more reviews? No, the answer is no. Okay, identify top 5 products with the highest rating and top 5 products with the lowest ratings. So products and ratings. So that one is easy. Let's go back to our Excel. So go back to your sheet, worksheet, and make sure you select everything here, Control A, then you go to data, right? Once you go to data, you choose from table. This will now open Power Query. Okay, when it opens Power Query, you choose the products and the ratings. Choose the products and the ratings you want. Okay, a minute, it's opening. So you choose the product and the rating. So we want top 5 products with the highest rating. That is what you are looking for, right? So let me select products and ratings. Okay. A minute, I'm working on that. Transform my load. Okay, so now you will see that top 5 products, these are the top 5 products with the highest rating. So once you use Power Query, you will keep the top 5. So you write 5 products. These are top 5 products with the highest rating. So let's go back to our question. Let's go back to our question now. Oh, I was not sharing my screen. Sorry for that. Let me go back and teach you how we did this. Right. So you see, what we did was we went to the worksheet, right? Here the worksheet, you select the whole data set. Okay. Once you select the whole data set, you go to where data is written. All right. Then you select you click there from table. From there now you have the it will open Power Query where now you can control the whole data set. If you want to keep 2 columns, as I did here, I kept only 2 columns, the product and the rating. Then I choose top 5. That is it. It will now open this thing here. Alright, so let me go back to our notes. So the notes, the questions, this. So we did this top 5 products, right? But we didn't do the top 5 products with the lowest rating. It's also a question to be done here now. Right, top 5 products with the lowest rating. Go back to your, let's go back to our Excel and do that. Okay, once you open your Excel, the same thing. So you just go to the worksheet, then you go to where data is, then you choose from table, then you choose the columns you want to keep. Right, if you want to keep the products and the ratings, right? The products and ratings, yes. Top 5 products with the lowest rating. So let's give it a minute. Okay, now you keep the columns you want by choosing choose column. Just click choose column and try to keep the columns you want. You want the products and the ratings, right? Now, so the lowest rating is 0. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, once you do that, it will now open top 5 products with the lowest rating. This is the top 5 products with the lowest rating. and this is top 5 products with the highest ratings. Okay, then we have done that. Let's go back to Excel. So the most important part is that you know how to use Power Query, then you will be able to manipulate the dataset the way you want. Okay, so let's go back to our Power Query, our notes, the questions here. Okay, now we are told to identify top 5 products with the highest rating and top 5 products with the lowest rating. That one we have done it. Okay, product performance, identify top 10 products with the highest discounts, right? Identify top 10 products with the most reviews. Also going to do that. Okay, top 10 products with the highest discount. Go back to your Excel. Let's go back to our Excel. Open Excel. Okay, once you open Excel, now let's go back to our worksheet. So this is very important part. So Control A, select the whole data set, then go to data, same procedure, then from table. So once you do that, it will open the Power Query. Okay, so we are trying to keep top 10 products with the highest discount. Top 10 products with the highest discount. Keep that in mind. Top 10 products with the highest discount. Guys, are you going to watch Champions League? Who watches football here? Oh, I'm tired. Okay, so we are trying to keep products and discount. Remember that. Products, top 10 products with the highest discount. Okay, in a minute will be done. All right. Okay, so we'll do the same procedure to keep the top 10 products with the highest discount. Then close and load. It will take you to this. It will form a new sheet where now you will see the top 10 products with the highest discount. You can see there with 64% discount. This is the top 10 products with the highest discount. Once we go back to our Excel, let's go back to our question. When we go back to our question paper, this is where now we have information. So top 10 products with the highest discount. This one we are done with it, right? Let's go and do top 10 products with the lowest, with the most reviews. It's the same procedure. Go back to Excel. Open Excel. Let's open Excel. Right. So top 10 products with the most reviews. So same procedure. You go to where worksheet is. Select the whole data set. Then go to data. Then choose from table. Now it will open the Power Query. So once it opens Power Query, you choose the columns you want. Okay, so you follow that and you choose the columns you want. You want products and reviews. Now after that, you keep the top 10. Simple as that. You choose to keep 2 columns, the product and a minute. So it was product and reviews, right? It was products and let me just check reviews. Yep, product and reviews. Select that too. Say 2 columns. These things are very easy, so you don't need to worry about this. Okay, once you practice a lot, you get used to it. So this is the top 10 products with the most reviews. Now let's go back to our question. So go back to question and see. So we have done the top 10 products with the highest discount. top 10 products with the most reviews. Okay, I've done. So compare performance with the highest discount versus low discount. Right now we have to check, so the products with highest discount versus low discount. You can do that. You can select top 5 products with the highest discount. Okay, so let's go to, again, same place, and select your whole data set, control A, then from table choose that, then it will take you to Power Query, where now you can manipulate the data set. So now we are trying to keep 2 columns, that is the product and discount. So we need to see top 5 products with the lowest discount so that we compare those two. Alright, a minute, it's trying to open it. Okay, top 5 products. Let's choose products and discounts. Okay. Once you do that and select this, okay, let's keep top 10, right? Okay, and here they are. Okay, this is top 10 products with the lowest discount, but earlier on we did the top 10 products with the highest discount, if you can remember, guys. Yep, this one here, right? All you have to do now is copy this, make sure Control C, then move to this column. So this is the lowest product, so just paste it here somewhere here. You want to, okay, that's enough for me. For this also, let's choose a chart. Go to insert, where this insert. Here we have done a lot of information. So we brought the 2 discounts, the one with the highest discount, the one with the low discount. So we brought the 2 products in one sheet, right? So we also done this. So now before we go this, let's arrange our informations, because we need to be careful. Okay, so let's go back to our Excel and rename our sheets, right? Let's open Excel, minutes, open Excel, there we go. So once we open Excel, we need to rename these sheets, because it will confuse us, right? Starting from this, okay. Here we were comparing the discount and reviews. Okay, let's just write discounts. You can look at the down where it is, where I'm changing the sheets. Discount and review, right? Okay, for this sheet 7 also we need to change these reviews and ratings. You can just say reviews per rating. Okay, right. So number of reviews per rating. So let's go to the sheet 8. Also need to change this. It's about product and ratings, and this is top 5 products. Double click that, change top 5 products based on ratings, right? Top 5 products based on ratings. That's good. Now let's also change this. Sheet 9, you need to change this. This is top 5 products with the lowest ratings. Top 5 products with the lowest ratings. the lowest ratings. Okay, so it doesn't fit that, so um, and ratings, ratings. Okay, when I write RTIG, you can understand, right? Now we need to change also this, so top 10 products with the highest discount. Top 10 products okay, top 10 products based on discounts. Okay, and top 10 products based on reviews. Top 10 products, top 10 based on reviews. Let's write that. Go to this, the next one. So now you're comparing top 10 and bottom 10, right? So so what can we name? So difference, top 10 and bottom 10, right? Something like that. Okay, we have our information is written there, so it's now clear. I think our information are very clear. We can now create a dashboard, but for that let's take a break. See you somewhere. What time? So see you maybe after 10 minutes or 20 minutes, somewhere there. Okay. Okay. Hello, let's just finish this. Now we are going to create a dashboard here. Dashboard. Okay, that's like that. Select our data set there and go to insert somewhere there. So go to view, then remove these grid lines. Okay. Now need to form like, let's change the color maybe to something like gray. Okay, and select the first three line different. Let's give it different color. Okay, let's give it something like blue maybe. That's good. And you can give this as a, so the name of the dashboard here, market view. Then increase the font maybe to 22, something like that. Okay. Now for the charts, you select this, maybe this one, just copy this, Control C, copy this. Make sure you copy this, select this, then go to the dashboard. Somewhere here is enough, Control V. Okay. Somewhere there, right? Also need to copy this, Control C, and somewhere, put it somewhere here, Control V. Okay. Let's reduce this to maybe 70 kg. Then put your, okay, somewhere here, it's enough. Okay, let's go to the other one. We have the other data set here. Copy this, Control C, and then move to this side, dashboard, and paste it here. Okay, after doing that, so we also have the other one, right? We have one, right? There's one remaining. There's one remaining. Oh, we did that. Now this one here. And paste it here. Okay, now we have this. Okay, somewhere here is enough. Okay. Should be at the middle, right? That's enough. Okay, that's enough. Now, let's form shapes. Go to insert, then choose the shapes like this, and click it here. Now, okay, this one we mess up my informations. Okay, just remove it. Okay, to mess up my informations. Okay, these are the informations we have. Can now put our slices here. Let's go back to our information. Let's go back to our worksheet. You can remember this. Control A, something like that. Okay, insert somewhere here. Then slicer, choose. I need to put this. Categorize discount. You have this, copy this, Control C, then move to this part, the dashboard, put it somewhere here. and reduce it somewhere there. It's enough. Okay, you can now go to somewhere else. Go back to where we were at earlier on the worksheet. We need a slicer. Go back to slicer. We just did categorize discount. Now we can choose another one, the categorized rating. So let's choose this, Control C, and move to this place, to the until dashboard. Go to dashboard, paste it somewhere here, and you can move it somewhere here, reduce it. Okay, right. You can take this up a little bit, and this a little bit up. Okay, this is a basic dashboard. Okay, now we can change the y-axis and x-axis. Okay, you can just click the plus sign. You can say top 10 products with the highest discount. Let's change the title. Top 10 products with the highest discount. Okay, after doing that, so this color is also boring, so you can change the color. Just choose something like maybe this one. It looks good, right? Okay, let's change this one too. First, let's change the title. Change the title. Top 10 products. Top 10 products with the lowest rating. Top 10 and up to bottom 10 products. Bottom 10 products with the lowest rating. Okay, lowest ratings. Okay, that is good. Just leave it that way. Now change this style. Something like this is enough. Clear, as you can see there. So now this is up. So we can say the title, and let's change the axis. Okay, here the axis, this is the reviews, right? Ratings, I mean. Ratings, let's write rating. So enter that. Let's also change this. This is reviews. Change that, write reviews. Okay, done. So you can just drag this, or you can just write ratings per reviews per ratings. Okay, correlation, maybe correlation of reviews and ratings, right? And ratings, something like that. So we have also this. By the way, this is discount rate. I am confused with this. These are ratings and discount. Sorry for that. Ratings and no, it's okay. It's okay, I think. This is the one that I'm confused with. So this is reviews and ratings. It is correct. Okay. Correlation. Okay, now can change the x-axis to be, the x-axis is the rating. This is the reviews. Reviews, right? Now let's go back to the x-axis. This is a discount. Sorry for that. Here it is reviews. It is reviews and discount. Sorry for that. Discount. Okay. Okay, now, and you have mentioned these tabs can literally enlarge this somewhere up to here. Okay. Yep, something like this. You can see that. So after that, you can take some screenshots. So first, let's change the color for this. Maybe. Okay, this is good. Okay, this is the basic. This is a basic dashboard. So we went from this. So we went from this. We went from this to this. We went from that to this margin. So that is the end of the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It took us 3 hours and 47 minutes. Thank you so much for watching up to here. If you were able to watch up to here, then you are nice. Okay. Thank you so much.